Hey guys, it's Loves to Loom here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my new Spades bracelet. I want to give a big thank you to Diane Lane, AVP, on Instagram for helping me with the name. I do appreciate it very much. Also, back to the design. This here is a reversible design. This is the signature side, which I absolutely think is awesome. You can certainly flip it over and wear it on this cool side as well. I did make a couple different pieces just so you can kind of see how it looks with the different colors you choose. So there's definitely a lot of possibilities that you can do. And then quickly I'll show you the inside. I kind of like how it looks using the white on white. I'm a big white fan now. But there's that. So this band does take approximately 110 bands to make, depending on your wrist size. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To make this bracelet, you need one loom, your hook, and one C-clip. I did remove the back bar pin because we only need two. Have them aligned like I do. We're going to be working with these 3 pins right here in the back, and then this very one in the front. So it kind of makes like a little T. You can also use your monster loom or monster tail loom, and it's the exact same thing. You would just use this bottom pin here and then these top 3. So it makes that same shape, and you can even do it like this if you'd like. This is how I liked doing it, but for the tutorial it's kind of hard. You would just use this bottom one here and then these 3. So the bar pins are still aligned, but you'd be using all 3, but it's a little harder to loop on this middle one. But you can do it any of those ways if you'd like. I'm going to do it this way today, but I just wanted you to know that you can use the monster tail if it's the only thing you have. So today I will be using all of my jelly colors to make, I guess, the rainbow look, and then I'll be using white as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is from this pin, we're just going to lay a band going straight out to all 3 of those pins. I'm going to start with my pink jelly. There's no twisting, excuse me, just lay it straight out. One to the right, and it doesn't matter the order that you do this. One forward, and one to the left. Just like that. And now we need to add a cap band onto this bottom pin here. That is where I'm going to use my white. This has to be triple looped. So make sure you are wrapping it around the pin 3 times. So it should look like that right now. Just zoom in a little. So now we just need to go inside this cap band and bring each band back to the pin that it originally came from. So pushing, I'm going to go inside the pin here, pushing back that triple cap band. I'm going to grab the very top band, make sure you're getting all the way through that cap band. Grab the top band. If you laid it in the same order as me, that will go to the left. The next one will go straight forward. And then this one will go to the right. Like that. It's okay if it's pulling to one side a little bit. I mean, you can mess with it, but that will pretty much, whoops, fix itself. So, now we can go ahead and add on, well, actually, we're not going to add on another layer. Now what we need to do is you can switch colors or you can use white. I'm using white. And we need to actually lay it across these 3 pins. But the way that we need to do that is a little kind of tricky. There's 2 ways you can lay it. You can lay it straight across, and then with your hook, you want to grab this back one first and just bring it into the front so it's laying back here. And then this band that's back here, you want to bring to the front because we want it to make that like crossing look. Now you can also do that in one motion, but it may be harder for some. You can also just put it onto this pin here, twist it onto this pin like you're going to do like a regular infinity sign, but then you have to then twist it back forward. So it is a little bit tricky to do it that way, but as long as it looks like that, we can go ahead and proceed with the next step. We're going to go inside this cap band back here, or this white band I guess I should call it, and we're going to grab both of these 2 pink bands that's inside there. So let me turn it around so you can maybe see a little better. So back here is where I'm referring to, this middle pin here. We have to make sure we're inside this white band. Pick up both of those jellies, and you're going to just pull it back to the front, to that pin. So there should be one band staying behind that pin there. If you stayed with your loom this way, it should look like this. So you just went inside the white and pulled the two bands forward. And now we're going to bring the cat band on this middle pin here up and over those jellies to the middle like that. And now we're going to go on this right pin here, grab the two bottom bands and bring those up and release. And doing the same on the left side. Grab those two jellies and bring it up. You can go ahead and push those down, and now we're ready to add on our next layer. So I'm going to go to my red jelly now. We're going to lay our 3 bands like we did the first time. So one going out to the right, one going forward, and one to the left. Just like that. We're going to do the exact same thing we did the first time. So now we need to add on our triple cat band to this pin here. Just like that. We're going to go into this cat band. Push all 3 of them out of the way. Bringing the top band to the left. The next band goes forward. And the bottom one goes to the right. Just like that. So now what we actually need to do is we have that white band that we had left there from last time. We need to actually grab that band and you're going to bring it over and into the middle here. We're going to bring the bottom band up on the ends as well. So just on the right side, you're going to grab that bottom white band, bringing it up. Doing the same on the left side. Grab that very bottom white band and bring it up. Now we can grab these 2 jellies in the front and bring them up as well. So basically all we did right there after bringing out our red jellies, we just brought the bottom bands, all the white bottom bands up and over, and then in the front we did the jellies. So now we need to add that single white band across the back again. So I'm just going to lay it straight across like this. And then remember you need to grab the bottom first and just bring it behind the pin. Then grab the band back here and bring that in front of the pin. So it should make that X look on both sides. So now we're going to do the same thing. We need to go inside this white band, grabbing both of those jellies, and pull it forward. Like that. And now we can go ahead and loop the bottom bands. So starting on the right side, bring those up and over. Now on the left side, grab those 2 bottom jellies and bring that over. Coming in the front, we're going to grab the bottom white cat band and bring that over as well. Go ahead and push your bands down, because now we're ready for our next layer again. This time I'll be using orange. We're going to bring that to the right, one going forward, and one to the left. Add on your triple cat band to this pin here. Just make sure it's wrapped 3 times. Sorry about the focus. I don't usually do this during the day, so the daylight is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Grab that top band, bring that to the left. The next one goes forward, and the next one goes to the right. Just like that. And now remember, you have to grab this single white band on the middle. You got to grab that from the back and just bring it up. and bring it into the middle there. And now we can bring the bottom band up on the right side and on the left side. Coming to the front here, we're going to grab the 2 bottom bands and loop that over as well. Push that down, grab another one of your white bands, and we need to now add it across the back here. We're making that loop design again, so bring that bottom band forward and the top band down. And it does matter, you know, which way you do it. You don't want to bring this down and then this up. You have to do it the way that I'm showing, because it does make a difference. So just grab the bottom band and bring that forward first, and then bring the back one down. It's giving me a hard time now. And of course, if you know a easier way to do it, that is certainly fine. So now that we are at the beginning again, we're going to, or after laying that, we're going to go back into this white cap band. Bring down your jellies. And now we're going to loop the bottoms up and over on all of the pins. Doesn't really matter where you start, so I'm going to bring my cap band over first. Then I'm going to move to the back right side, bring those up, and moving to the back left side. Grabbing those 2 jellies. Push your bands down. And we're going to do that all over again. I would say for me the most trickiest part that I kept forgetting was laying that funny looking design. I kept wanting to like go back to the beginning of the bracelet. So that would be the part to make sure you pay attention to. You know, make sure you're laying that. So lay your 3 bands out again. Add on your triple cap band. We're going to loop these all back to themselves again. Like so. And I got these a little bit twisted. There we go. So remember, don't forget to bring, this would be another part I guess that I kept forgetting too. Make sure you bring this bottom band into the middle, and then you can proceed with bringing all the whites up and over on each side. I'm trying to loop by looking at my camera and it's kind of awkward. Come to the front and grab your 2 jellies. Bring them up, push your bands down, and go ahead and add your single white band to the back here. So I usually just go like that, and then I kind of do it in one motion. But if you can't do it like that, that's totally fine. Go inside that cap band or that white band, bring down your jellies, and now loop the bottom bands up and over on all 3 of these pins. Now I just accidentally pulled my jelly off with the cap band, so I'm going to fix that. Or I'm going to try to fix it. There we go. So be careful not to do that. I had grabbed one of my teal turquoise bands, so don't do that. Bring up your 2 sides. And now you would start your layer again. So I am going to just do that probably 2 or 3 more times to make sure that everyone has caught on to how to make it. Just bumped my camera, sorry about that. Okay, so I think I've done it enough times where you guys can definitely pick up the laying and looping of the design. So I'm going to go off camera and finish up the length of my bracelet, and then we'll come back at the end and I'll show you how to close it up. Just as you go along, just make sure that you're giving it a pull so everything falls into place. And I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I did go ahead and finish up the length of my bracelet. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get it closed up. But I need to show you where you need to end, because it's not at the very last step. Your loom should look like mine. I have the white triple cappy in here still in the front. I looped the 3 out to themselves, but then I looped that white over. So the white band that sits back here, and then under these 2, I had just looped all those over, so it should look just like that. There should be 2 single jellies, or 2 jellies, on each of these 3 back pins, and then that triple capping on the front. So once your loom looks like that, we're going to take this middle one here and bring it forward. So just grab those 2 jelly bands on that pin and bring it forward. Like that. And now we're going to take the cap band and bring it up and over. Now we're just going to bring these 2 sides down to the front. So grab the 2 jellies up here on the right and bring it to the front, and do the same on the left side. Push them down. Grab 1 single band. I'm going to use white since that's what I was using in the middle. We're just going to stretch it straight across all 3 of the pins like that. And now we're just going to bring the bottom 2 bands up and over on all 3 of these. Like that. Push it down a little bit. Grab the left band, bring it into the middle. And grab the right band and also bring that into the middle. Grab your C-clip, because we're going to be putting the C-clip on these 3 bands right here. Just pop that on. Make sure you get around all 3 of them. And then you can pop it off of your loom. Give it a nice stretch. And then on this side, I kind of was playing around with it. I don't like how these hang out on the end. So I just kind of grabbed all 4 of those loose bands with my hook. And that's what I attach my C-clip to, all those 4 loose ones. But you can certainly, you know, play around with it and clip it how you'd like. But I just don't like how those loose ones are all kind of hanging out there. So I do it like that. And there you have my completed spade bracelet. There we go. So I really like this design so much. I love how comfortable it is on both sides. As I said in the beginning, it is a reversible design. So here is the signature side. You can wear it really either way, as far as, you know, this way or this way. And then here is this side. I like how it looks with the jelly. I think it looks really cool. So again, this is my own original design. If this video helped you out at all, please give it a big thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button below if you have not done so already. You can check me out on all my social media as Loves to Loom, which is Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. If you make this design, please tag me in it. I'd love to see your creations. And I do appreciate you watching. I will see you at my next video, guys. Bye!